Hey y'all, it's chicken processing day. We have our Cornish cross to process today, and then we have a few extra roosters that we're going to go ahead and process as well, put those in the freezer. I like to show this because it's part of our life and what we do, and I think it's important to know where real food comes from. It doesn't just magically show up at the grocery store. So that's why we share this. And you know, maybe there's some of you out there who live a similar lifestyle, or you're trying to learn, or you just want to see how we do it. And so I'm going to show you how we do it today. There's no one right way. I'm just going to show you what we do. The kids helped me get everything set up this morning. They're such a big help. We've got our scalder set up. I don't have water in it and don't have it hooked up yet. I've not decided if I'm going to use that pot. I've used that water bath canner for this before. I've also used like a turkey fryer. I don't know. We'll see which one we end up using. I've still got to put water in that and get that hooked up. We got the plucker set up, and y'all, that thing right there is a game changer. The first time that we processed chickens, we had one of the drill pluckers, so it has like the little fingers on a piece that you can put on a drill, and we held them over a Rubbermaid container, and it worked better than hand plucking. But once we got this, it's a game changer for efficiency. It's really effective, so highly recommend that investment if this is something that you're going to do on a regular basis. I don't know if you can see it, but the cone is on the tree out there with a bucket under it. That bucket's got a little bit of water in it just to keep the blood from sticking. And then right here we've got our tent set up and our table. I've still got to bring out knives and some bowls and those kinds of things, but for the most part everything's set up. We just got to start processing the chicken, and there's a little bit of a breeze today, and it's a little cloudy and overcast, so I think it's going to be a nice day. I don't think I mentioned it, but we have the hose out here as well because you need it to spray inside the plucker to wash feathers down. And I just got this crate at Walmart last time we processed chicken, and the feathers come out of this right here into this. The water runs through it, and this catches all the feathers. And then it's also good to have the water to rinse the table off and things. And this time we just set the cooler on the porch, and we've got ice water in it. That way we don't have to move it. We're just going to go ahead and put the chickens, once they're cleaned and all that kind of stuff, we're going to put them in there. That way we can take them in the house to package them this afternoon. Need it's a tall silver pot on the other side of that. You can climb over there and get it for me.
You being with me?
Mm-hmm.
See how good I am, guys?
Oh goodness, don't fall. You stay right there and let him hand it to you. Oh no, something just went down my pants.
It's a wasp.
I think I got something in my pants. I feel like a wasp flew down my pants.
Go.
Did you see it fly out?
Yeah.
That's a dirt dauber. I've got a kiddo that offered to be my videographer. But I wanted to show y'all the chicken tractor. If you follow us and watch our videos, y'all have seen it. But Justin built this chicken tractor. We've used it for a couple of batches of our meat birds now. And I'll link the video in an iCard and down in the description box where he built this. But it's been so nice to be able to move them around the yard. I know a lot of times with Cornish cross people say 6 to 8 weeks, and that's fine. You'll just have a smaller bird. We did let them go a little bit longer, so they're going to be a little bit bigger. But we've moved them around the yard. You could actually like follow their path in the yard because the grass is so much greener and healthier where they've been, and then they've had the benefit of the fresh grass and being able to eat the bugs and stuff as we've moved them around. That 6 to 8 weeks number that a lot of people say with Cornish cross, that's what your production chicken houses are doing, because it's the right ratio for them. I guess balances out the cost for feed versus the weight of the bird. But having them here at home, when we can control how much feed they're getting, when they're getting it, how active they are, those kinds of things, moving them on to fresh grass every day, we can take them and push it out a little bit longer and have a bigger bird. It's just what we're going to put the guts and stuff in as we clean them, so just put it by the table, please. Well, we found ourselves at Lowe's because, as it happens in real life, sometimes we went to turn the plucker on to make sure everything was working right, and it wouldn't turn on. And Justin said, he looked at it, he took the plug apart and said it needed another plug, so hopefully we can find the plug we need. Is that one it? Looks like it. Had to take a time out and come to Lowe's, but hopefully this will fix the problem. Is it yours? At about 150. Yeah, probably won't take more than 45 seconds or so. And if you can do the feet, I'd like for them to come off, the skin to come off, so we can save them.
Do you need me to start this one, or what? Do you think you can? What?
You can start it. I just
Boys, y'all can run the plucker for a minute until Granny gets here.
Yeah!
Okay, I've forgotten how to do this.
So the first thing you need to do is the feet. These knives are sharp. They just sharpened them.
Do not come off.
That's fine. We'll just
This
throw those in
one
there. What if it's good? We'll put it in there. If it's not, we'll put it in the bucket.
Where's the water go? In this.
You got a bucket?
Yeah, it's under this.
Okay, I don't know what to do next.
Don't poke in too much so that you're just opening it. You're going to take your knife, and where the tail is at, you're going to cut down each side of it. Try not to cut any of the way down and then around the tail.
The skin, or the actually through the bone?
Well, there's not. You can go between bone. There's like a gap right there. Is that y'all's favorite job? Oh. Now take the feet and bend it back the opposite direction. Go in between those joints. I'm gonna come up here, and I like to take some extra skin off of the neck just because I think it's easier to work with it. Then I find the crop. It's attached, so looking at it, it's on the right side breast. And just loosen it up. They've not had anything to eat today, so it's not full. Got membranes that attach it. Just loosen it all up because it's going to come out the other end. Come back here, and you don't want to poke in because you don't want to stab any of the insides, but we're just opening this up until we see air, and then we'll use our hands. Better to use your hands when you can so you don't cut anything. So once I see air, I just pull it apart and reach in and start pulling everything out. Just want everything to come out this side. The crop and trachea and esophagus, it'll all come out this end too. Then I'm going down each side of the tail, and we're going to cut the whole tail off, and then that way all of the insides will be gone, never opened or exposed. The lungs sometimes want to, just let it hang off the edge of the table, it'll be a little easier. The lungs sometimes want to get stuck in the ribs. You can just go in and scoop those out.
Are you getting your through there?
Keeping necks for stock too.
Audrey, you picked the wrong one, bro.
Rinse everything off, put it in the ice water. Whew, that's a big bird. It's the next day. We did not bag the birds and put them in the freezer yesterday. It was a little bit later when we got done than how it normally is. So we decided to go ahead and keep them on ice in the cooler. Last night we put some extra ice in with them this morning. But it's been about 24 hours, which is what a lot of people suggest, is to let them sit in ice water for about 24 hours. They say it makes a more tender meat. We've never done that in the past. We've always put them in the freezer the same day, and I mean, it's been fine, but that's just how it worked out this time. So what we're going to do is put them in these shrink wrap bags, if I can get one. And then we have a big pot of water heating up to about 190 degrees. What we do is put them in here, zip tie it, and poke just a little hole so the air can come out, and then put them down in the water. It just takes a few seconds and the bag will shrink around them. And then we put the label over that little hole and it's ready to go in the freezer. These are from, what does the front of that say? What is the company? Florida Poultry Shrink Bags. We got these last year and we had some left over that we're using, but these are the ones I plan to use from now on because they worked really well last year. They worked a lot better than some of the others that we had used in the past. Rowing, sorry. They're over here on this side.
What are those?
Thank you.
Right here on the
Yeah,
breast,
just a little hole. And she'll put the label over it when she puts the label on.
I don't have labels.
Oh, I'll go get them.
Let's do this. So it's just bubbling.
Yeah. They don't take but a second. Chicken processing day is not one of my favorite days, but I do enjoy that time spent with my family, all of us working together. I enjoy and am thankful for a freezer full of good meat. And, you know, if I'm being honest, it's nice to mark a chore off the list. There's no meat birds to have to feed and water and everything every day for a little while. So, you know, it's nice to be able to mark a chore off the list. So thankful to have a freezer full of meat, and I'm thankful to each and every one of you for hanging out with us today. I love you. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.